Thank you, Deputy Speaker. I am of the belief that every member of Parliament here, including the crossbenchers, have a real concern about the increasing cost of electricity and the effect that that is having across our communities. Last financial year, we had over 100,000 homes in this nation that couldn't afford to pay their electricity bills, that were so far behind that had their electricity cut off. 100,000 homes in the nation with their electricity cut off. And one issue I think we can help relieve electricity bills, Deputy Speaker, is the cost of the subsidies. This year, the direct cost of the subsidies paid to renewable energy providers will be $3.6 billion. That is the equivalent of $150 for every man, woman and child in the country, or $600 for the average family of four. Direct cost, bang on top of their cost of living. Now, Deputy Speaker, some of those subsidies, which I only recently discovered, were actually extended as a gift by the former Prime Minister, Mr Rudd. The previous Liberal government had set up a renewable energy scheme where it went from about the year 2001 to the year 2010, where the renewable energy target was set to escalate up to 9,500 gigawatt hours, 9,500 gigawatt hours. And what happened? That scheme was meant to carry on where those people that had made that investment were able to get the renewable energy certificates, sell those on the market as was required, up to the year 2020. That is how those people made that investment. But with a stroke of a pen, with one addition in the bill introduced by the former Labor government, they extended those subsidies to roll out for another decade. It is in fact handing billions of dollars away freely to people that have made these investments over and above the generous subsidies that they have received. This year, Deputy Speaker, those companies that made that investment prior to 2010 will receive about $800 million, close to $1 billion extra over what they are getting for the electricity, which is already at record level prices. It is unconscionable to continue that scheme on for the next decade, to expect consumers to pay those people additional subsidies over and above what was contemplated at the time they made that investment. That would reduce electricity bills in this nation from the year 2020. If we went back to the original intent, it would reduce those bills by close to $800 to $1 billion off consumers. It is unfair, Deputy Speaker, that consumers should pay this extra cost, and I call on members of the opposition to sit down and let's try and do this in a bipartisan manner.
I call the member for Solomon.